I am an undisputed gangster. To me, that means playing by my own rules. Stand-up comedy is not a man's job. It's an alpha job, to be the only person in a room with a microphone who's allowed to talk. Our attention spans have been reduced by the immediate gratification provided by smartphones and social media. My life is so much better with lupus because I know that stress and too much junk food will literally put me in hospital. I know a lot about systemic lupus erythematosus because I have it, too. I was diagnosed through the NHS when I first moved to England in 2008 following months of serious illness. When you stand out in a small town or at work or in your peer group, whatever it is, it feels really awful. Certainly, when you're growing up, you want to be normal. You just want to fit in. Then you realize that maybe fitting in is, in some respects, quite ordinary. I think it's good to put a positive spin on being slightly unique. Racism is what acquitted O.J. Simpson. If I've got a confidence problem, it's that my self-esteem is entirely too high. Growing up in Canada, I dated a few ice hockey players. I'm nearly see-through, like a jellyfish. I have huge admiration for Taylor Swift. She's tall, talented, young, thin, and beautiful. More importantly, she seems focused, generous, vulnerable, and kind. I've decided that I'm completely rock and roll. Posh people blow my mind. Apart from empathy, they're good at everything, true survivalists. Part of me has always wanted to be like Marilyn Monroe or any 50s Hollywood starlet. On screen, they seemed so sexy and simple and looked after. In real life, I'm none of those things. But I'd rather be fierce and complicated. It's not my place to tell anyone what kind of feminist she should be. All I've ever wanted to be is a strong, powerful, beautiful black woman. I love Britain. I'm an Irish citizen, but I was born in Canada, and I'm a British comedian, really. My entire career has been over here. When you're little, every experience writes on the canvas of who you are. My dad's Irish, so I was visiting Ireland a lot as a kid, so it's not totally foreign to me. If you really want to wind up Piers Morgan, send him a pic of Jeremy Clarkson. How are people still working with Terry Richardson? Why would you watch an Oscar-nominated film unless you're mad enough to purposely experience feelings? Blah. I'm not interested in catching those. Society wants happy families. I'm actually thrilled with the woman I'm turning out to be. The more you mess with texture and color, the worse your hair is going to feel. We don't have posh in Canada. It's just not a thing that exists. I love Little Mix, and I always have. I guess I talk about her because I'm interested, I'm listening. Taylor Swift's words are so valuable to so many young people, not just her #Girl Squad. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to look and feel like a grown woman when I was young. That's one reason why it's important to hold adults who take advantage of that fully accountable. Isolated incidents have lateral, lasting implications. I had white hair when I was 19. I think bleach can be addictive, and before long, you've gone too far with it and can't tell you've got a problem. It was overprocessed and genuinely crispy, but I thought I looked amazing. I love Lena Dunham. I love her. I don't think I spoke to anyone apart from my daughter for the first 2 years of her life. Alice Levine has great unique style and beautiful red hair. You think Trump cares if you leave? He wants power, not prosperity. Regressing back to an infant state is nothing to be proud of. Rich Americans don't drive themselves, don't cook, don't do their own nails/hair/makeup, don't shop, and I suppose all they've got in common with rich British people is that they don't raise their own kids either. Anything that I'm passionate about and surprises me usually ends up turning into a joke simply because I have questions about it and I'm curious and I want to talk about it. When I talk about celebrities, it's not a dismantling of that human being. I have little time for sincerity. Skiing is ridiculous. Many of us are quite stupid. Jeremy Corbyn confuses the public because he looks like a librarian and enjoys baking bread. I am behind Kanye West for American president 100%. The holidays are the worst time to travel, and ISIS aren't making things any easier. If you're struggling for gift ideas, my advice is to give experiences rather than things. I think commitment is inextricably linked with success, and rightly or wrongly, people with a fierce commitment to their goals, the Kanyes of this world, are really entertaining. The representation of women in hip-hop has long been so flagrantly unkind. I highly recommend reading the book, Confessions of a Video Vixen. I love paying people to touch me. Nail techs, hair stylists, dermatologists, makeup artists, osteopaths, you name it, I love it. Christmas coming means one thing for comedians: office party gigs. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.